And live. Hello, hello. We'll be here in a moment once it catches up. I can confirm everything's working okay. Oh, and there we go. Oh, not synced to the live. Okay, YouTube, are you going to listen to me? Okay, that's working okay. Hello, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, Sorin's Journey. I'm in Castrum Oriens instead of the Hearing Stones? Yeah, the Pinch. I'm here instead just because, well, it feels like as good a place as any to fit in these little quests that I'm quite interested in doing. And I think it makes, the narrative sense that kind of we've been ordered to take a bit of a break from helping on the front lines. But yeah, last time we, to recap, we returned from Doma, having liberated it. And in the short time we've been back, I've already made quite a bit of progress. We made another attempt to take Castellum Velodyna, and it worked. And then we pushed on through to Hearing Stones to visit Nago's family and home. When we were there, though, we did learn that during their retreat, the Imperials angered one of the Ananta tribes. The tribe whose name I cannot remember. No, this is the Vera. Is it Kilana? I think it's Kilana is the name of the other tribe. But they angered the Kilana enough that they summoned a Primal. Sri Lakshmi. And, well, conveniently enough though, Sorin, the resident Primal Slayer, was in town. So, in the one stream since returning from Doma, Sorin's been quite busy. Taking down Castellums and Primals again. All old hat. The last time also we started helping out Ala Mhigo here with investigating some disappearances. Excuse me. The Imperial records have some Ala Mhigo prisoners who we don't know what happened to them. Now, and all we know is that they came to this place here, Bittermill. Now we're doing some investigation. We found this guy who's been a little odd. And well, we are still a lieutenant in the Maelstrom, so got to earn our keep somehow. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Mhigo, but if you would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Mhigo, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. I haven't been called back to the front yet, so... I'm kind of curious myself about what's going on here. I'm a little worried. I imagine Lieutenant Mhigo has finished questioning that detainee by now. I'll go and see what, if anything, she's learned. Right. Miss Mhigo? Oh, Sorin, I've just finished with questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. And the only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. But where does Bittermill fit into all of this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing here. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling the area. He has to be taken into custody. Oh, hey, Minnie. Yep, indeed. Doing the Black Rose side quests because I feel they're quite relevant to everything else that goes on. Well, to the post-Stormblood stuff. Oh, come, Sorin. We must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. Right. Suppose there's not really many ways for him to... He couldn't have really gone too far, because... The Resistance holds Castellum Velodyna now, and the only other way through to the peaks is through Rhalgr's Reach. I don't think they'd welcome a Garlean there, not after last time. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash. There's no need for that, sir. Sorin and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. Owen's stash? Right, a little cave to the south. Let's go, Aquila. Still on a bit of a survey mission. Hopefully they find the Imperial without too much problem. And don't end up killing him. Miss Molko? On your guard, Sorin. I have a bad feeling about this place. Right. I'll be on guard. It was one of those side quests changed. It was quite nice when, because obviously when I was Joseph, you know, I did every side quest as it came up. But it was nice to kind of get a side quest that kind of, when you progress in the main story, you kind of get to, oh, I remember that. Hold on a second, isn't this Miss Molko? We found him, Sorin. We really found him. What are you... these wounds. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. He's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone that we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Right away. Part of me wonders if I should get back into the habit of healing magic. Oh. Yeah. Oh, is that when you did it before? Or, sorry, my brain's not working for a moment. Oh yeah, and you're... So you only did that, did you only do that after you saw the Stormblood? Well, the Shadowbringers part of it? My men have searched high and low, and there's no sign of this runaway soldier. Actually, Miss Molko found him. You found him at Owen's stash? Say no more. Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. The subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. He is severely wounded and in need of medical attention. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can finally get to the bottom of all this Bittermill business. Yeah, waiting for DPS queues is... It's fun. By all rights, my men should be back by now. And go and see if you can find Lieutenant Molko. I want to know what those Garlean dogs are up to. Yes, sir. Not in the usual place. Miss Molko? How's... Any news? Sorin! I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely, and not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait very long. Guess then, waiting's all there is to do. Another conversation we don't know anything about. Oh. Oh, seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now start talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill? We were looking for someone. An escapee from one of our facilities. He'd lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. Guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garleans any allegiance. I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garleans' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, wanted it would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzean forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers. And what better place in a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived. Their tests proved a resounding success. It was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed. Or so they thought. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, and interim leader of the Ala Mhigo province, Gyr von Balser. The Black Wolf would not allow senseless murdering of Eorzean's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted, and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or ever could not, tell them where he hid it. Doctor had already gone mad, couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. Then that means the man we found earlier. Aye, that's him. Gyr Abania, former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. Oh, he's a... Oh. Miss Molko? I can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service to the Garleans. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. What do you think, Sorin? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for their experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of their work, and if they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. Sorin, we have to go back to Bittermill. Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, I suppose we are equal rank, I believe. She's Lieutenant Molko, right? Back to Bittermill. And I guess we're digging for buried... something. Miss Molko? Alright, let's split up. There has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. Right. Or would they bury it somewhere open? and hope that no one would think to look, or would it be hidden behind the buildings? Anything here? This is something. Right. If it's chemical weapons, I'm probably best not touching it. Miss Molko? I think I found something. Not quite the nice kind of treasure. Imagine doing a map and you just end up digging up chemical weapons. You found something? I believe so. A metal box of some kind. A metal container. Could it be? The missing sample of Black Rose? So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental, nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Brookstone. Right. Oh. Hopefully they know something about dealing with this kind of thing. Does it? This chemical weapons aren't really an enemy I'm quite geared out to fight. Here we go. Marshal Brookstone? Lieutenant Molko reporting, sir. We've discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Gyr, a former chief of the research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we've discovered what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention! This is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Garlean chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for Gyr, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I almost pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. It's a bit grim, I suppose, but... Lieutenant Molko, Sorin, you've done well today, and I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest. You've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Abania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded, that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the Great Griffin's Bane is needed elsewhere. And thank you again for all of your help. I look forward to adding your feats of daring to our record someday. Keep safe out there. Tossing, I am neither of those right now. And part of me wonders, as a possibility he was working with chemical weapons, he maybe knew of ways to lose his memory deliberately. Even if that's the case, is it... Sometimes my fights don't feel so bad. Alphino, how's everyone getting on here? All rested up? I trust you're well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Right. Back on the road. So, the east. I think I can access it this way. Don't bend to dinosaurs. That must be the Kulana camp. Or antlions. And that must be the checkpoint. It's back into the peaks. It's been quite a while since I was there. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Ala Mhigo and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? Oh, right. Ala Mhigo. Guessing that's another village, like... Wondered an Ala... Another introduction cutscene.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
Okay, definitely higher up than last time. That's Ala Mhigo over there. It's by the cliffside. That's where all the cannibalistic Kukern live. Really does all look quite small from up here. Looking at homelies? My village, the one we visited with Mefred, is far to the north. There's no easy way to get to it from here, though. Right, so we're on to Ala Mhigo. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built specular Imperators where they did. See those 3 towers to the east? Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss them. It sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. And from the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Velodyna was so important, eh? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Ala Mhigo. Well, is that a boat of some kind? Sure, I'll find out something about it if it's important. We'll be heading on to... looks like where we're going. I don't see any other villages in the area. There's an Aether current over there. I wonder if I should grab it. I'm sure the others won't mind a bit of a detour. Let's grab that. That's our next target. Doesn't look quite like the other Imperial installations we've attacked before, but... Actually, now I think about it, the Imperials do seem to have a thing for their towers. Velodyna was like that. I suppose even the Praetorium in Castrum Oriens was a tower. Rather large one, but a tower nonetheless. This is Ala Mhigo then? Here we are. New base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. General Robin. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you've been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials flooded our coming and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specular Imperators. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you are ready. Right. No time to waste, I guess. Strike while the iron's hot, as they say. Well, you heard the flame, General. Looks like we've a meeting to attend. Indeed. Let's take a moment to register my name. I don't need to learn about Chocobo Porters. Biggest crystal east of Velodyna, you say? I've seen bigger. That's some sight to have, just sitting over the top of your village. Just that huge crystal. Commander Kemp, how are you doing? Enjoy your time with Mhigo and our kin. Aye, that's what I want to hear. Too many soldiers forget the importance of time away from all this. Right. General? What's the plan? Not everyone. Then let us begin. Ala Mhigo is ours, and for mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specular Imperators will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Ala Mhigo is through the east, through Specular Imperators and Castrum Oriens. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specular Imperators quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we are given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Algiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Oh, wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Sorin after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. If you have to go out there, at least be careful, right? Oh. Okay, no, okay, it makes more sense. The response doesn't make quite a sense if you... I won't. I promise I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alizé can stay with Sorin. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. Well, it's not just ourselves we're taking care of, right? Protecting Alagiri's our job. If I'm gathering things right. You have your orders. Dismissed! Deep within an Imperial research facility. You'd think the Imperial scholars would get different helmets or hats.
My head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Ala Mhigo through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistors, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Found you.
I could be sneaking. Hey, sir, you're kind of ruining this for me. You okay there, Alize? So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Oh. What do you think we do while we wait here to... Oh. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arenvold's squadron. They're already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Right, I guess we're taking a proactive stance on defense. Oh, let's see. Oh, is that for Ceres? In Ceres 1? I need to get down and start watching through Ceres' journey myself. Currently my watching time is mostly being taken up by JoJo's. Not that I'm using a lot of watching time at the moment. I've been lazy this week. Other than applying for jobs. Oh, found some. Right, maybe deal with the big dog first. He's looking rather intimidating. DI. Right. Things look clear from this side. Looks like maybe there is a... Maybe it was a good idea for us to be out here. I do get the feeling the Imperials might have been preparing some kind of counterattack. Anyone hiding around here? Oh, okay. Definitely hiding. And take out the armor. That seems to be everything. Go check in on Halsey, see how she's getting on. Wait, I got the new... You found patrols too, then? Give me a moment, Sorin. Say that again, if you would? No. Maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was our fault. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Sorin? Any trouble? A few guards, but too much. And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specular Imperators is going well. So do I. Got past Castellum Velodyna, didn't we?
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Oh.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not.
Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
I just noticed that lever he pulled, or it's the grip of a gunblade.
For us, for our people, for our future.
I need you to confirm that...
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Yeah, it's just a gunblade.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Alizé? Wait, at 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? Must have been the cannon at Castrum Oriens. That was an Imperial installation. Their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell has been jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Right. This way. There's no time to lose. That's not good. It's definitely not part of the plan. Alizé? It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Get yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now. This is... General? I'm glad you're here, Sorin. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. And Specula Imperatoris. I think they had it in them. Kill their own men just to kill us. God damn them all. Where is my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. Alizé? Alizé, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. Right. Are you okay, sir? You're still alive. Don't worry, sir. I'll get you on your feet in a moment. Just hold on. For a moment there I thought I was bound for Falls Great Halls. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Anyone else? Oh, hold on there. Get you up in a bit. Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Ala Mhigo's not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. You'd better. Hold on. Get you on your feet in a moment. Doing okay? Oh, thank you. I think I can manage on my own. Anyone else? Sir? Come on. You're not dead quite yet. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Sorin Sherwood, ward of House Fortome. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then. And now. You okay? I can walk. Thank you. 1,000 times thank you. Conrad! Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there. Lise? It's Conrad and... Lise? Is the commander...
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Ala Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile,
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
oh,
The savages are coming!
they definitely gave Estinian a badass comeback. Please. I promise. Nago, are you... No. No, no. You can't. Not now. Alphino? We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God is my witness, there will be a reckoning. Alphino? You okay? Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see the Commander Kemp's body. Find my sister and return to Algieri. Right. But it could always be worse. We'd have lost everyone. Wonder if the Commander knew something like this would happen. Alice? There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he is alright. He's doing fine, Alize. Well, physically. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. And we should return to Aligiri. And keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Right. Really no other way it could have... Is everything alright here? What should we do? We've got plenty of our own wounded to deal with. Just say the word and I'll finish him quick. Hold on a moment. If he's not fighting, then... Enough people have died here today. It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. Half expected you were about to slit my throat. The hell's with this? I should be back home in Ilzabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. No killing. Put me in a gaol or whatever. I'm through with it. Do you hear me? I surrender. You hurt the man. Are you doing okay? Looking like it. Sir? You doing okay? Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Okay, just take your time. Careful. Wildlife out here isn't exactly friendly either. Like someone else in need of a hand. You okay there? Here. Oh, bless you, you kind... Wait, is that you, Sorin? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. Are you sure you'll be okay? Go on without me, Sorin. I'll not be long. If you say so, just take your time. Let your strength get back. I wonder if it's time for me to put down the sword. Having magic about is... Wish I could do more to help these people. Everyone okay? Nago? I knew we'd lose people doing this, but him? We're sure the old bear would outlast us all. It's up to all of us to carry on in his stead. It's up to me. Alphino? Sorin, we have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. It's the first step. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specular Imperators. It is time we spoke with General Alden. Or if we can quite call this a victory. Lift the towers. General? These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. But above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when next you face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Ala Mhigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thwart for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again, mayhap due to a malfunction. Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. Now I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago. I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Primal and I arrived at Rolger's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions, but even then I knew deep down that it was an excuse. I was still afraid of following my heart, because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. Then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries, and as we travelled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. Now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago. I'll come back. I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Hecht's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Sorin, would you go with her? Of course, sir. Leave it to me. Then it is settled. We will await your return. I hope you don't mind having a bodyguard with you, Lise. Sorry to drag you into this, Sorin. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I can do is be myself. Well then, I suppose we've got a cannon to go and look at. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the Castrum. Newcramp's Hope. The ship's stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might be just an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Elise, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Right. Rock climbing. Not something I'm particularly much experienced with. But it can't be harder than slaying primals. There's the boat. I don't know why there's a boat here. This looks like a fairly decent place. That looks like a ledge we can stomp on for a bit. Or just to wait, like, okay. That must be one of the golems. Not quite an old wives' tale. Oh. Okay, they're pretty tough as well. Right, I'm gonna hope I hope there was still just a one of those. Please. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. It looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then. Time to climb. Right. I'll follow your lead on this one. You doing okay? Whew. That took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is. Yunkref's Hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the Sick Umber era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man. Who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. And long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. I was just doing what I could. Nice to help people out, you know? It can't have been easy, staying true to yourself. But you're all better for it. Me included. If you say so. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hien, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me. That'll just have to be enough, eh? Exactly what Conrad asked of you. Let's keep going with that. Strange to think back on it. We'd been standing in different places. The shell had struck the tower differently. It would have been me instead of Conrad. Or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own... Is that smoke from Castrum Abania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. It looks like someone did disable it. And this is our chance, Sorin, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Castrum Abania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. Right. If we don't strike now, we might not get another chance. We have to tell the others. Come on. Easier down than up, eh? Though, not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. No samurai on. There's the samurai one. There's no time to lose, Sorin. General Alden needs to know what we saw. Right. I can't imagine it'll be easy, but... easier now than with cannon firing at us. General? Reporting back? You returned. I can only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Newcroft's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarapin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once. It could be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could have simply kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the Castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Excuse me? Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the Castrum? In anticipation of such a day as this, men and women under my command have laboured long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Gyr Abania, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Ala Mhigans. At the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alze and Sorin, I am sure. Of course, I'm not backing out now. Well then, if you're all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We'll make ready to march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Rolger watch over and keep you. Right. Marching onwards then. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess, my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lys, nor less Ala Mhigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Krile is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there's even a chance that Krile might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I didn't take it. Oh, and we're on to Radiata, is it? So, to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Tarapin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing the intelligence reports while Sorin and Lise were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labour in either Specular Imperators or Castrum Abania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye, you have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Ala Mhigans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave him. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarbon's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand the desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadan woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage, right. Put together a squadron, Nago. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. Out we go then. Radiata, the other side of Specular Imperators. Everyone who's coming back made it back. See any covers? I know you're out there. That's a point. Being followed to talk to an informant somewhere isn't likely to be. See? What did I tell you? Let's continue on to Specular Imperators. Any inside the Castrum? Still mostly only seen wrecks around here. Oh! They're here. Here we go. Don't let anyone follow us back to Radiata. All it'll do is get our informant killed. It's like I wasn't the only one who bumped into Resistance. Everything okay here? Of course, there are soldiers lurking about. Unfortunately, they were no match for Lise. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Right. Anyone hiding around the walls? Choke point like this is a prime place for an ambush. Okay. I thought they'd have something in hiding, but not a hexadrone. Right. It's a good thing we didn't let that follow us back. It was not the most stealthy of things. Still, better deal with now than all their innocence about. I thought they said this was a village. Looks more like a work camp. Nary a soldier in sight. Mayhap they were recalled to Castrum Oriens. See anything, Elise? Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see a smoke above Castrum Oriens anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? I certainly hope not. Hopefully that just means they put the fires out. Alphino said we were looking for a Rogadin woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Well, let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. Excuse me, Gommel. I'd rather not get in a fight. Right. Hello there. I don't know you. Why have you come to Radiata? I'm okay, ma'am. Who am I? Hello, ma'am. Ain't seen you around before. Takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiana, behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. Lise, I think I found her. Hey, was that who I think it was? I believe so. She seemed to respond to courage. Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Alize. We'll meet you there. So if it is a trap, I'm being the one sent. Better me than letting any of the others, I suppose. Hello again. Not followed, were you? Good. There just might be some friends following me, but that's all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarpon. Name's Stark Woad. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specular Imperators and the cannon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, but they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the instant has everyone jumping at shadows, and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Ala Mhigo help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castrum Oriens to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. Right, so... should I be calling up the Adventurers Guild again? Get some help with this? We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Sorin, you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the Castrum with my sister. And I, by the way of the ventilation... I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out the grammar of this one. You and your ever-dependable allies will enter the Castrum with my sister. And I, by the way of the ventilation ducts leading to the hangars. From there, you'll proceed into weapons research and unleash bloody mayhem. At the same time, Alize and I will create a diversion elsewhere, and in the ensuing confusion, Lise and her unit will attempt to reach the fire control center undetected. If all goes to plan, our three parties will subsequently converge on this location, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll need to deal with Magitech patrols before we can infiltrate the Castrum. Right. So, looking out for Magitech. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Avoid that. Just a little further. It's one patrol down. Any others? It's not Magitech, but it's an Imperial patrol. Right. Keep to the cliffs. There's Alphino and Alice. Things clear your side? Here's hoping there aren't too many for us to handle. Quickly and quietly, so as not to raise the alarm. Miss Wood? Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance. I'm assuming they keep to their usual schedule. It might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. Right. So, one more patrol. Feel a little nervous about doing this in such plain sight of the Castrum, but can't be helped. Yeah. Oh, this one's definitely Magitech. Imagine that they've got one of these things on patrol duty. I'm guessing they're starting into mass production now. Right. Seems to be clear. Guessing this is maybe our side entrance? My Ralger, I knew you lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Sorin is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in his company. And now, where's the entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Sorin, we shall divide into 2 groups and proceed via separate routes into the Castrum. Remember that our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lys and her men. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to the entrance. May Rhalgr guide you to victory. This is your last chance to make preparations, Sorin. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. Right, I'll put the call out. There we go. 12 minutes. Might take a while, but I suppose it'll take a while before the resistance forces are ready as well. Maybe I can see if there's any help I can be around the village. Radiata. Feels kind of hard calling it a village in the state it's in. The way Naga was speaking, I was expecting him to have a bit more here, but... Hello, sir. You're not from around here, are you? You've never seen an Ala Mhigo strike up a conversation with a Radiata resident. But seeing as we're already talking, I have a job that's just right for an outsider like you. And talk with the girl behind that building over there, and she'll give you all the details. She's a bit testy, mind you. Of course, sir. Yep. I'm not getting involved in anything sketchy, am I? I mean, other than the whole rebellion and... Hello, ma'am. About bloody time. Here, take the supply crate and trade it with the merchant in Algiri for food. He's usually lurking in an alley somewhere. Shifty bastard. You'll know him when you see him. Do not tell him a Radiata native sent you. There'll be no grub for us if you do. Right. I think I'm seeing what's... It's not just a... They might be a little... Oh, there's a call already. I guess the adventure... Of course. Great time for someone to drop out. Don't have too much time to waste. Imperials get that cannon operational again. People of Radiata might be a little better off in terms of what they get from the Imperials, but losing all the support from their own people. Come on, tank. I need someone on the front lines. So I can hop down here. Got it confirmed we've got a party. Shady looking merchant. Doesn't look too shady, but He's an ally, I suppose. You want to trade? You'll show me the goods first. Then maybe we'll deal. How about this, sir? Gods! These are military issue mark 43 sedatives. High quality stuff. Someone snatched a batch a while ago, but you wouldn't believe how quickly Imperial medicines sell. Folk are always on edge around here, you see, never knowing when the Empire might decide to launch an assault. Some got so worked up that they can scarcely sleep without a little alchemical encouragement. How much do you want for them? I'm a bit curious how you came by this stash, but I'll take it off your hands all the same. I just found it exploring, sir. Looking for food, mostly. Food? That's it? Just food? Alright, well, here's a sack full of assorted edibles. Nice doing business with you. Indeed, sir. Guess I can deliver this after. After the Castrum. Alright. Okay, we're in. I just need to say a quick hello. In we go. That's a new bit of magic I haven't seen before. When did they invest in Magitech gorillas? Excuse me, sir. Right. First area clear. Let's move on. Making our way... Cannon control rooms where we're looking for, right? Okay, plenty of Magitech. It's not too much of a problem. Oh, second wave. Oh, watch out for that. Further in. Some bits. Imperator's. I can't see the cannon from here. Nice to get an update on whether it's operational or not. Here we go. That's also new. Right. Oh, what's that? What's it doing? Okay, I'm not Okay, watch the cannons. Wait, they're electrical. Maybe we can. I can just. There we go. It might be fast, but if we can keep it stunned when it speeds up, I think we're good. Emergency restart. Ow! I think the cannons are damaged. That's a problem. Right. But at least this problem is dealt with. I read on it. If the summoner wants it, summoner. I'm assuming we'll need it. Right. I don't know what these are doing, but probably best not to let them finish. Okay, a little too late. Hypertuned. I feel I've seen these guys before somewhere. Can't remember where though. Those are just smaller versions of. I'm guessing the Empire had plans to mass produce this model as well. Why do they seem to have so much magitech and things here? I'm getting the feeling that they're maybe we are pushing them. If they don't have the soldiers to send out. A little too late. Ninja. Alright, I've got the Menfina's earrings. No need for... This is... different. Is this another type, a different type of hypertuned? Right, I'll break that up. Fire and lightning. This is the one you want to be the one he doesn't say, isn't it? Oh. It's been a while since I've done Castrum Oriens. Here you go. Lightning and ice, fire. Ow. Oh. I can't. Oh, the healer's down. Oh. Woo! Yep. No problem, buddy. Oh. I think you just... Oh. Okay, that was... Ooh, that's one I can use. That is also one I can use. Let's get this foot. Oh. I think that's the first time I've used Limit Break for a, like, not the final boss in a dungeon. Right. That was a little too close for comfort, but... let's keep moving on. That's something I can need. Oh. There we go. All gathered together. In we go. Right. Judging from the resistance we're facing, I'm guessing we're getting fairly close to... There's a central control chamber, that would be the thing I'd be defending the most. Church's arm and some more earrings. Right. Oh, what's this we found ourselves at? Right. Okay. Here we go. Deal with whatever this is and move on to the control. Oh, careful. Medicine. Wait. That's not looking... that really isn't looking good for us. I think we fought far worse. Oh, watch that one. I'd really rather you don't give him more medicine. Right, let's try this again. That's that, right? Nice work, team. To get my command off. Fellow DPS. I think my fellow DPS is another sprout as well. Red Mage's arm? Archer's bottoms, can't do that. Oh. Right. What was the other bit of loot I got? Pattern. Very good.
Are you alright?
I believe so. A couple moments there I was looking a bit sketchy, but...
Ah, I think that answers my question. We've accomplished our objectives as well.
Right, so we've all been causing problems?
Advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
Right. Make sure that cannon's out of commission. Preferably permanently. Lise? Monago?
Lise! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
Right.
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I gave the order to fire.
It was over! The Skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right! I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Ala Mhigans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more.
Oh.
That's just how it is out here in the province.
Accidentally broke my audio moment.
You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom! You killed your own! They trusted you, and you killed them! Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Lise? Wait a second. That's not normal.
Lise! Gotcha!
Was I?
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Oh, already seen it? You okay, Lise?
Even so, the odds are against me.
Oh, damn.
Coward! Get back here!
Out the window? Right. Alphino's got... Oh.
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
He's inviting me? Alphino, she doing okay?
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Of course.
Thank you. Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Hang in there, Commander. Lise? Well, we did it. Castrum Abania belongs to us now. Nago and her people took Gyr Abania to receive treatment. Alphino tells me she'll make a full recovery. I know I should be happy. We won, and with minimal casualties. But somehow... feels empty. We should report to General Alden. Kryl wasn't here, but who knows? Maybe one of Raban's men found something which could lead us to her. It can't hurt to ask anyway. Here's the... General? Sorin, Commander Hext. Fine work you did today. After Specular Imperators, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Ralgar's star yet burns bright. I'm glad, I really am, but you should know that Alze was injured in the fighting. Regrettable, but I am pleased to hear that she will make a full recovery. Verdola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. But if Xenos wishes to invite us to a so-called royal hunt, then this bull would fain accept. What troubles you, Lise? Oh, it's nothing really, just that we're almost to the end, but we've still got to save Kryl and do so much more. We'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best men scouring the Castrum's archives as we speak. Listen, Lise. It will take time for us to fully occupy the Castrum and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there's something I would like to show you. Both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. Right. Then come with me to Radiata. From there we'll need to follow another road south. Right. While I'm in Radiata, while I'm passing it by, maybe make sure to give him that food. Don't want them thinking I've just run off with their supplies. Hello, ma'am. Did you get the food? Tell me you got the food. I believe so. Is this enough? Praise the heavens! Praise you too, stranger. This will be the first proper meal we've had in days. Go back and speak with my large friend, if you would. I'd wager he'd like to show his thanks as well. Of course. Why the in-between, though? Sir? Surprised to see us trading in Imperial supplies. My quick-fingered friend once worked in a storm in Castrum Abania, and swept those sedatives before she left. The settlement's full of those as used to labor for the Imperial army. The folks in Algiri may have traded with the Empire, but even they spit on Radiatans. The army's whipped curs, they call us. That's why we needed you to make the deal. If one of us dared to set foot in that town, they'd chase us out with a hail of stones, or worse. But now we can eat our fill, get our strength back, and try to move on. Kind-hearted heroes like you are a godsend. Just doing my part, sir. Right, and then follow... head south. That's where Raban wanted us to meet. Wonder what for, though. There's another village here. Place? I don't think I know this village. It's so small. Well, I suppose you can probably see it from the tower, but... tucked away quite neatly. General? Even after all these years, it's still the same. Ah, I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. Welcome, sir? Sorin, Lise, I brought you both here for a reason.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
Oh, your house, sir?
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was, which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Ala Mhigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Bad time, Echo. I don't want General to think I'm dozing off during his story.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death.
I've only just now, because I've played for it recently with a friend, the starting of A Realm Reborn, realized Raban rips off that speech when he... that you who call this living dishonor our nation, it is but a slow death. Isn't that that's a line he uses in the Grand Company speech at the beginning?
Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom!
Recognize that face. Ilbert. That's right, he and Alden were friends, weren't they?
Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Right, back to the present. Sorry, yes, I'm listening. Still
Conrad
there.
chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
That was Lisa's father, I was seeing.
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Ala Mhigo, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Right. Lisa has the right of it, doesn't she? Even once we've finished with the Imperials, it's not like all Ala Mhigo's problems are going to go away overnight. Liberty or death? Has it really been 20 years since he wrote those words? General? Even a blind man could see that Lise wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances, to be made responsible for the lives of so many, it isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager she thought Alize was dead for a moment back there. It's one thing to risk your life for a cause, but to risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to bear. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her. And that's good. It will make her a better commander. But first she needs to learn to carry it, to not let it break her, to remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words gave me strength once. Mayhap they'll do the same for her now. Right then. I think I've said enough. The two of you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. Of course, sir. I suppose it's not every day he's been able to return home. Lise, how are you holding up? I understand. He's been away for a long time and probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. You okay, Lise? Oh, wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's Imperials or bandits, but I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head northwest and I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Right. And of course they couldn't let us have it out easy. Wait a moment. They don't look like Imperials. Hey! What's going on over here? Seven Hells, you seen us? Sort it. Dead's as good as alive to the Imperials. bounty hunters or something? Right. I will have to let Elise know that, unless she encountered some herself. She was heading northeast, wasn't she? Hopefully she's okay. Looks like there were more. Elise? They attacked you too, didn't they? I had no choice. They're Ala Mhigo. Not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults. In fact, some of their faces look familiar. Wait, I remember! They're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. They probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed. Oh gods, Alize and Alphino could be in danger too. We have to get back to Radiata and find Nago. Right, yeah. Hopefully we're there in time. Seem fine. Monago? What's all this about? You two look ready for a fight. We were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata, and thought they might try to attack you too. Are you alright? Aye, we're fine. The twins were at Stark's. Alize was asleep last I checked. I'm sorry, did you just say you were ambushed by villagers, not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Castrum Oriens? Goddamned fools. Alphino? Miss Wood? Elise, Sorin, we overheard you talking. The ones that attacked you, they were young, less than 20 summers? Aye, I thought so. It's always the young ones. The ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you've got to look out for. See, the only decent work to be found in Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children grow up knowing it. They have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools! After everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging to fight for the Resistance, not against us. They've been living in the shadow of a castrum their whole lives. A few victories won't change that. Aye, you get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they get beaten for their trouble, or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Beat the dog that bites his master's hand, and ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now, you may say that's all about to change, and I believe you. Many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to if it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate Ala Mhigo and bring an end to the occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live freely. We're going to build a new home for ourselves. Together. Better home than they've ever known. New pair of boots. Well, at least everyone's okay, right? I've been thinking, if Alize needs more time to heal, maybe we should move her to Ralger's Reach. She can receive much better care there, after all. Our infirmary is probably the best place for her, short of sending her to Gridania. Indeed, and given what Mistress Woad has told us, I would rather she did not remain here. And then it's settled. Inago, go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alphino, you should get your sister ready for the journey. Sorin, would you mind going on ahead and telling Aurela that we're on our way? I want a bed waiting for Alize when she arrives. Thanks. No problem. Been a while since I've been to the Reach. Feels like it anyway. I checked in just before the attack on Castellum Velodyna, and I suppose it wasn't that long ago. What has happened in the last few days? It's been a non-stop rush. At least things here seem to be returning to some sense of normalcy. I suppose with Castellum Velodyna and now Castrum Oriens under our control, that Aralga's reach is probably a bit too far behind enemy lines for an attack like the last one. Excuse me. Miss Aurela? Do you require assistance? I was wondering if you could have a bed ready. One of the Scions was injured in the attack on Castrum Oriens. Very well. We will make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, would you? Of course. I was planning to save ending the stream for entering the locks. There's a lot more in-between stuff that I've forgotten that happened. There, all crisp and freshly laundered. Alphino? Oh, we're here. Is everything in order? Seems to be. Right, we're bringing her in. It was weird seeing the Scions sometimes in, like, civilian clothes. Honestly, Alphino, you needn't have gone to all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to Aurela, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Kryl? They'll be cross if you make her wait too long. As will I. A chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her sister. I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. They're good together, when they're not at each other's throats. I miss that feeling. Sorin, I have a favour to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment. Not at all. Oh, is this the trailer scene? Oh. Can't see her anywhere. Couldn't wander too far. She did say to wait, didn't she? Oh. Police?
Sorry to have kept you waiting. Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could.
It looks good.
Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything.
Very good.
Not again. It's just, if this is the last battle we fight to free Ala Mhigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
It suits you.
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice. Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle.
A warm-up?
There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
I guess. Wait. Statue of Rolger? All right. I think I can be confident enough in Lisa's skill to not have to hold back. If she's using a real blade, then... Oh! Maybe we got a little carried away, but you have to admit that was fun. Thank you, Sorin. You're the best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Right. Then, I guess it's time to head on, isn't it? Now that Alizé's settled in, it's time we rejoined the fight. Though, actually, maybe you and Alphino should go on ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while. Well, the joys of being commander, I guess. I'll see you around, Lise. Okay. I think this is it now. I can get to the locks. Because I feel if I finish up at the locks, next stream I can have the finale of Stormblood. If I leave aside the time to make, kind of, let it be a little bit of a longer stream. Ah, there you are. What is it at least wanted of you? A bit of a sparring. We go. Sparring match under the Destroyer's very palm. I would have liked to have seen that. But she is right. We have lingered here long enough. I am ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And you had better not rise from that bed until you are given express permission to do so. Urianger will be paying you a visit soon, and he is already worried enough as it is. We have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Sorin. As Alphino walks away first. Right. Guess Alighieri's the first port of call. I might have left it for 2 streams, but I remember doing Heavensward, that once I arrived in... I think I remember once I arrived in Heavensward, that arriving in Azazla made it quite, it didn't take, it wasn't, I think it was only like a 1 hour stream I ended up doing. It didn't take long to do the final area. And I'm possibly expecting that the locks might be the same. I might be completely wrong, but... And entering the locks feels like a good, chapter end. I'm fairly certain that the first area you get to in the locks as well is... Yeah, it has a... Aphorite. The end of Stormblood really sneaks up on you. I forget how quickly, like, once you return from Doma, that it's just go, go, go. There's not much faffing about. Right. Marshal? You are returned. How fares your sister, Alphino? Her rapier wit remains undulled, for better or for worse. Have there been any developments in our absence? I am proud to say that Castrum Oriens is now wholly under our control. At present we are taking stock of the enemy's supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officer's documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Frodola's command passed through the Castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody. Kryl! It has to be her! In all likelihood, yes. You'll be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. And one final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host, which has established a new base of operations within the locks. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Ralgor's beacon. Oh, police. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Ala Mhigo folk dress. How very fitting. And well fitting, I might add. I wanted to do something for Yida. And myself. Right. This is it. The last push. We're coming, Kryl. Onto the locks.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Abania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Ala Mhigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor. Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? Twould seem we are of one mind.
Like there's no...
Let us proceed to the how of it.
No beating around the bush.
Immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos.
It's the hard part. Even cornered like this, Xenos is...
As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Right.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Rhalga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Ala Mhigo will be ours once more.
Liberty or death. Ironbolt? The battle for Castrum Oriens was brutal, but the one for Ala Mhigo will be unlike any we have ever known. Nago? Most of the Ala Mhigans in the residential district are on, so I doubt we'll have to deal with many Imperial sympathizers. Cotter built those walls to give shelter to his brothers and sisters, and now our people's freedom rests on us tearing them down. The stage is set, and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from our lands. What would Grandfather say if he were here with us today? Well... There... You get gloves lost. I think you must do. Anyway, that will be it for today. It's gone on quite a bit longer than usual. But we've made it to the locks. Ala Mhigo's right there. But I'm starting to try to remember some things about. We'll see how it goes. Friday might be the final stream in Stormblood. After which I plan to go on to do some job quests. I want to go back to Scholar, Red Mage, and do all the job quests for them for the previous expansions. But that we'll find out depending on what happens on Friday. But otherwise, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, have a good evening and a good night.